Hi everyone, welcome to Success Made Simple. I'm so glad that you joined me today. And today we are going to talk about discovering your purpose, which is a secret to long-term success in wealth building, business, and pretty much every area of your life. So when I talk about purpose, we know that as individuals, we do have a purpose. But sometimes we get it mixed up where we think that our purpose is our job, or maybe our purpose is in a task. And I want to challenge you to discover your purpose at a deeper level. So here's what we mean by that. When you discover your purpose, it takes into considerations the way that you were designed, your gifts, your talents. It takes into consideration your passion, the things that you love to do. And so here's some things for us to think about to help bring us down that path of discovering our purpose, which ultimately it helps us to feel very fulfilled. And then we kind of know we're at that place in our life that we're moving forward in the area that we know God has called us to. So here's something for you to keep in mind. God has created you with incredible, personal, and unique purpose. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody has gifts and talents that line up with it. And you know what? We're all different. So it's going to look different for each person. But it really goes back to how special God created each of us. He didn't just decide to throw something together to create us as a person. He formed us in our mother's womb, and He thought through everything in a very loving way of what He wanted us to be. And that's why there's no two people alike. And when you think about it, that's really amazing. He has given you the gifts and talents, the special abilities to live out this purpose with wealth and success in this life. Do you know, when we endeavor to go forward with something that we know that God has directed us to do, or maybe He's presented an opportunity, we don't know everything that we need to know, and that's okay, because He has put gifts and talents in us that we may not even be aware of, but He also works with us along the way to be able to help us to pull those gifts and talents out and apply them in a way that gets us headed towards a direction of meeting a goal or an objective. Another thing for us to remember is that it's up to us to seek Him and find out what this purpose is, and to purposely and intimately work with God to bring this purpose and vision into reality in our life. What God values most is a relationship with us. So you can think of it as a really fun adventure. If we're heading towards accomplishing something, He wants to be part of that with us. And so when we come to the table with something, or a project, or maybe starting a company, we can know that He will bring those missing pieces together for us and help us all along the way. And the way I see it is sort of to build that bridge from this side of maybe a body of water is what I always envision, to the other side. And if I have a good handle on what I know I'm supposed to do and what those results look like, it's an adventure and a partnership that we just build that bridge across so that we get to the other side and we're able to reach that point of success and destiny. Once you discover this and commit to living this out, it will guide you perpetually from what I call wealthy place to wealthy place. And here's the best thing, with contentment, with joy and fulfillment that only God can provide. So how do we go about discovering our purpose? How do we go about really looking at the things that we know are going to be able to help us to tap into that place that we've been designed to go to, or what we've been designed to do in our life? And I would just give you a couple tips here, and then I'm going to encourage you to go to my website and download a Discover Your Purpose test or template. It's completely free of charge. So one of the things that we ask is, what can I do that is so much easier for me than anybody else to do? Sometimes our purpose, or the thing that we're designed to do, comes so naturally to us, we don't even recognize it as a gift. I had this situation when I was in banking that I would find myself really frustrated with people because they couldn't catch on to maybe an idea or a system. And what I had to realize is that it actually came really easy to me because God had put that in me. It wasn't about me being super smart. And I realized, like, wow, instead of me being frustrated that other people aren't seeing what I'm seeing, I need to thank God and actually be humbled that He gave me a gift or a talent or insight into something that was just literally supernatural from Him. So that's one thing to ask, is what comes really easy to me that might be difficult for others? Another thing is, what do I love to do that's really not work? Meaning I just naturally kind of like to do it as a hobby, or maybe at the end of the day, what do I find myself winding down to do? In one situation, there's a friend of mine that what they like to do is clean a kitchen. That was how they ended their day. I'm thinking that's the last thing I want to do at the end of the day. I'm more creative and maybe wanting to paint something or draw something or create a PowerPoint on a topic. Well, this person loved to end the day with a clean kitchen. And so as we were having this discussion about purpose and actually kind of trying to work together to see what his purpose was, that was what came out of the question that I asked him. Is he like, I like to clean the kitchen and do the dishes. And when I asked why, everything was in order. So at the end of the day, cleaning the kitchen, doing all the dishes, putting everything away was so satisfying because everything was put in order. And you know, from cleaning the kitchen to discovering that what he was actually designed to do was to bring organization and order to a place that might be chaotic, messy, or things just not put in place. So those are just a couple ideas of questions that you can ask yourself. Now, to take the entire quiz or look at the entire template, go to KarenConrad.net, go to free downloads, and find the Discover Your Purpose test. Thank you for joining me for Success Made Simple. I'm Karen Conrad, and I'll see you next time.